Hi everyone, it's Robin. I'm back. Welcome back to the nest. In order to try and be in compliance with COPA, I'm now asking all children who are hearing or seeing this announcement to turn this channel off. There is nothing of interest here for you, and this channel is intended for adult crafters only. Also, I do not have any control over the ad content that is on my channel. Welcome back, guys. So I just put some pretty stuff down here for you all to look at. The last video I did, I was trying to pull back out my hauls from 2 or 3 different visits. And one thing that I did forget was I wanted to show you all this. It was $3.99. It was in the over like where the plastic plates and everything is, because it's like a little picnic set, and you have these some of these little balsa wood plates and balsa spoons and forks and knives and all. But if you all have been around for a while as crafters, you know that years and years and years ago, when Michael's had a dollar spot, they had little boxes that were balsa wood that were like this, and we were getting them to alter. So this is going to be one of the things that I want to do in the upcoming year, is alter this little box right here. And then these spoons and forks and knives will be great in like recipe books. You could even stamp on this wood, you know, if you wanted to, a little saying or something. And I haven't really come up with an idea for these little plates yet. I think there's probably 4 of them in here, but I'll think of something, I'm sure. But I wanted to show you all this, and all of it was only $3.99, and I thought that was such a good deal. So this, oh, if you want to know the dimensions of this, I had this out. It is looks like about 8 3/8 inches long by about 6 1/4, and the depth is about 1.5 inches. So it's a pretty good size little something. So anyway, but what I'm on here to do is Midge from Midge's Mountain Crafts. Hi, Midge. And I came up with an idea for us to do a Crafty goals for 2020, and I think that's such a good idea. So I didn't come up with 10. I think it was 10 is what we were supposed to come up with. I actually came up with 12, and some may like overlap and be basically the same thing, but just so you'll know kind of where my channel is going to go this next year, or I'm hoping that it will go this next year. I thought that it would be good for me to do this. So let's just get started. One of the first things that I want to do is I want to do more beginner-friendly tutorials. And reason being is that I have noticed that a lot of my subscribers who are either talking to me directly through comments, or just like Nancy Roth. Hi, Nancy. You know, they're newer crafters, and I think that with anything, if you get the basics down and you have that nailed, then you can build and create your own style from there. But I was thinking that maybe I could do some more beginner-friendly tutorials. Secondly, I personally want to learn how to use my lathe that my husband bought for both of us. but he thought that I would really enjoy that. So, you know, I'm going to reach out to some woodworking. There's actually ladies who work on a lathe that are women, and so I'm going to start following some more people in the woodworking world, which is a totally different world from crafting. They're not like us. Our crafting community is special, and I've known that for many, many years, but our crafting community is extremely special, and I don't know of any other community that is like or has what we have. But I do want to learn how to use a lathe, and and as a beginner myself, that's one of the things I want to do, to where I can start making things on that once our shop is built. The third thing that I want to do this year is I want to set a goal for myself to finish all of these unfinished projects that are in my craft room. They're doing nothing but taking up space, and I've done so well, I feel, with the hashtag No Paper Left Behind challenges, but I still have projects that I've started and never finished and just put back, and I don't like that. They're just taking up precious space. You know, I don't have a huge space. I don't have a small space, but I just want to get those finished up and get those out. And then the next thing, I want to try to simplify some projects and not get so detailed, or try not to make albums that are this thick, you know, like the big huge mini albums that are by no means mini. But I want to just, I guess what I was thinking of was Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Hi, Sarah. She says that each year she tries to come up with a word for the upcoming year, and she does it in December. And so if I thought about that, and I thought, you know, that's a really good idea. And at first I thought, for outside of my crafting, I want to take more time for me. I'm finding myself, and when I say taking more time for me, I mean taking better care of myself in the upcoming year, you know, not feeling guilty because I spend an hour and a half giving myself a pedicure, or, you know, taking an hour and, you know, putting a mask on during the day for my face and giving myself a little facial, or just doing something to love myself. And so I was thinking of a word for that and couldn't think of it. That is on my non-crafty list. But for my crafty list, I came up with the word simplify. So just try to do simple as best as possible, because if you simplify things, then it's less stressful. And, you know, that's what it's all about. Just simplify. So try to do some more, and that kind of goes back to the beginner friendly tutorials. And I think that that's how I could best serve my subbies. So, okay, then the next one is start using more of what I have. And everyone's videos that I've seen so far regarding this, they've said it either that way, or they've said use up my stash. when I say start using more of what I have, I'm referring to, of course, my stash, but it's also my tools, like my big tools, like my mink machine. I want to use this more. I have it. I'm blessed enough to have it, so I should use it and not just let it sit here and look pretty. I need to use it more. I also need to use my brother's scan and cut more. Um, and then there's some hand tools that I have that I haven't used, and then there's some that I haven't used in a long time that I've almost forgotten how to use. And I really want to challenge myself to try to use more of what I have, and that will make me feel better because I'm blessed enough to have it. I need to use it. Another thing, this isn't paper crafting, but I want to start doing a little bit more painting again, like mixed media work, or that's something like this. I never showed you all that. Am I a great artist? By no means. No, I'm not. But it's I have my pajamas on, you all. No, I am not a great artist, but I enjoy doing that, and I paint more with my fingers. I know this is horrible for those of you who doesn't like anything on your hands, but when I'm doing painting and stuff, I have a tendency to use my fingers about as much as I do a paintbrush. But I want to try to do that a little bit more and just to change things up some. I also want to color more. And when I mean color more, I don't mean with crayons. I mean, you all know what I mean. I want to use my alcohol markers more, to where I can use these beautiful stamps that I've bought, and my house mouse stamps. I'd set myself a goal through the Christmas season to color my way through the stressful holidays, but then it got too crazy and I didn't get to finish that goal. And I really enjoyed the relaxing and therapeutic of just coloring. It's wonderful. And I only have two. I've been so good. I only have two adult coloring books, but I enjoy just sitting and coloring in those coloring books, or did, with colored pencils. It's relaxing. It's a brain dump. You just dump everything out of, or I do, out of my mind, and I color and I can collect my thoughts, and so I want to do some more of that. I also want to start making more ephemera for my collections that I'm working with. So, when I do the No Paper Left Behind, I normally buy all of the ephemera. And some collections, that isn't readily available. It's convenient when it is, but I'd like to take it one step further, and make, if I do buy ephemera, I would like to enhance on it and make it my own, so it isn't just store-bought ephemera, or just flat out make ephemera, because that's really relaxing to me as well. Plus, it eats up little scraps. So I want to try to do that. And another thing, my next one, what am I on now? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was 8. So number 9. This is a note to myself, but one thing that I want to do. So, you all know how much I love Christmas. Well, seems like when December is over, then everyone is done working with their beautiful Christmas things until, maybe July, and you do like like a Christmas in July thing. But I love Christmas so much that I want to be ahead of the game this coming Christmas, and I want to not feel guilty about working with Christmas things all through the year, or just whenever I want to work with it. So my plan is I have a Rascog, and I have it filled with all of my Christmas things that you all have seen me haul. My Christmas papers, my Christmas ephemera, and doodahs and poopaws like Linda. But I'm just going to leave that out, and I'm going to leave it like that. And anytime that I want to work on it and make some more cards, then I'm going to do it. Cards or whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it and not feel guilty or weird or anything about it. And when I say weird, I mean, it could be 90 degrees where you are, and I'm working with ho-ho paper. But that's what I love, and that's what's so great about this crafting community. We do what we love. So I'm going. That's my plan. And by the way, speaking of Christmas cards, I have some thank you cards that I need to make, as well as finish up my Christmas cards and get them addressed and stuff to not only my family but to some others. But I feel like it's better late than never, so I just ran out of time this year. So number 10, I am going to pull my goal that I'm going to try is I'm going to pull my sewing machine back out, and as well as my cloth patterns. And I'm going to start, I want to try to start making some more of my dolls and bags and aprons and things that I did. And thanks to P, hi P, who sent me this Country Sampler magazine. It really reminded me, when I was looking through it, of just how much I missed sewing. And am I a great seamstress? No. Could I make you a dress? Well, not one that you would want to wear out in public, because I'd be afraid that it would fall apart. But the primitives and all, I really enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed coffee staining and tea staining and putting cinnamon and allspice and, all those good things. Which, yes, it reflects back to my love of Christmas too. But I want to do that again, because I miss that. And I didn't realize, Tina was telling me, Crafty Bean, hi Tina, was saying that she still decorates her home in the country primitive style. And I wasn't aware that people still enjoyed this style, because I haven't sold primitive crafts in, wow, I can't even think of how many years, 10, 12? No, probably longer than that. But I want to do that again, because I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So I want to pull my sewing machine out. Not my paper sewing machine, but my real sewing machine. So what was that, number 10? Yes. Number 11 is I want to utilize my Pinterest boards for inspiration more this year. I have my Pinterest account, and I've pinned all this stuff and all these great ideas, yet I never go back to it and look at it, and then enough. Now I have, but not enough to where I really should. It's there for a reason, and it's for inspiration. So I want to do that. And then let's see, what's the next one? Excuse me. Number 12. I want to set myself a budget for my crafting supplies this year. So that's one of the things I want to do. I want to set myself like a monthly crafting budget, and try to stick with it the whole year. And because I think that will be a fun little challenge for me, is just set myself a crafting budget for my supplies. And so now I wanted to talk about some of the things. Those are some of the things that you'll be seeing in the year 2020, if all goes well for me. But some of the other things that I wanted to tell you that you will be seeing and you may not be seeing as much of for the year 2020 is, in order for me to be able to do some of these other things, which another one, so I guess I should put 13, is I want to do makeover, like in the last Christmas video that I did for you all. I was showing that round table that I want to refinish. I want to do some things like that as well, some things that really need to be done. I'm not sure that I'll be able to record all that because I don't know how to do editing, and a lot of it would need to be like fast forwarded through, and I don't know how to do all that, but I can show you the before and end result and can tell you what I did to get there. But in order for me to do all of that, plus we're building the workshop this coming year, I don't know that I'm going to commit every single month next year to hashtag No Paper Left Behind. I know that the majority of the months I'll be doing it. Of course, in January I'm going to be doing it. But there's going to be some months that I'm going to want to take that month, to step away, and, I may need to do it so I can work helping my husband with the wood shop, or I may, later on in the year, I may be out there making fine sawdust on the lathe, or I may be sewing, or spending time with my grandbaby that's going to be here in June. So I don't think that I'm going to commit for 12 full months to hashtag No Paper Left Behind, but I will for the most part be doing it each month. But I'll tell you, I'll be able to tell you which ones that I won't be able to do. And I want to make, while I am doing the No Paper Left Behind, aside from next month, I will be making some cards then. But I want to make more cards next year because, and a wide variety of cards too. I need more Christmas cards to have in my stash, and to have in an inventory, which that's another thing. I never got my Etsy shop open this year. That was something that I really wanted to do, but new year, fresh start for everything. But Christmas cards, birthday cards, thank you cards, anniversary, sympathy, and then no occasion, which could be any occasion. I want to do stuff like that. I want to do stationery sets, and I want to figure out a way to simplify my mini albums, and I can share that with you all. But that is where I am, what I'm leaning towards for 2020 and my crafty goals. This isn't a goal, but it's something that's on my bucket list. I heard yesterday, and I do not remember who I heard say it, but the Scrapbooking Expo is going to be in Georgia next year. Oh my goodness. And I think it's in Duluth. Well, that's only like a little over 4 hours from me. So I would really like to go to that. I think it's in July. That would be loads of fun. And like I said, it was on my bucket list. That's just one of those things that I've always wanted to do. So I'd really like to do that in July. We'll just have to see where we're at with the baby and with the workshop and all, but that would be fun and interesting. But that is it. And Mitch, I'd like to thank you for suggesting this. This was a really good idea because it made me stop and think and helped me to have something to focus on, and kind of keep me from being all over the place. And health-wise, this year has been kind of rough on me where I had to, I was sick. Of course, I wasn't on here last winter, but I was sick really bad all last winter with my fibro, and then got to feeling better and pulled out of it, and spring rolled around and early summer came on, and then there went my gallbladder and my my appendix, and then that whatever that mess was that I had in my chest and all for a while. But even through all of that, I still reflect back on this past year and chalk it up as a wonderful year. And that's because, in part, by you all, my subbies, who I'm incredibly grateful for. And you're not just subbies, you're my friends too. And I don't like to see any of my friends be hurt in any shape, form, or fashion. That's sad, and it breaks my heart. And so I know that there's been some things this year on YouTube that we've all had to deal with, like the COPA thing, but we'll get through it. We'll fumble and stumble our way through, and we'll be fine. And I also, the recent thing that happened in the community that was heartbreaking to sit back and watch and see, that I felt like it was dividing our loving, caring, and so good-hearted community. It was like splitting us in half, and that was very painful to see. But this too shall pass. And I can already see it, can already see it getting better, and we'll all learn and grow from it. But even with all of that, there are still so many blessings that we can sit and be grateful and thankful for, that we've all seen happen in our, maybe it's in our personal life, or maybe it's here with our friends on our channel, or maybe it's family related or something. There is always, I don't care what is going on, there is always a positive in every single negative, regardless. And I'm a firm believer in, if it isn't plain, I'll dig for a positive in a negative. Even if it's a little minute thing, I'll look for a positive in every negative. And this year, aside from my health issues, it's all good. I've had a blessed, incredibly blessed year, and it's because of you guys in part. So again, I just want to thank all of you, all of my new subscribers, all of my old subscribers. I'm looking forward to seeing this year out and the next year in. And it's a fresh start, guys. It's a brand new fresh start. So we can leave all of this behind. And then we can look forward to the new year. And I look forward to seeing what the new year bestows for all of us. I get a little bundle of joy. So that's exciting for me personally. And I hope that I'm not one of those grandparents that, oh, I know I'm going to be one of those grandparents who says, look at my little grandchild, you know, constantly. But that's okay too, I hope. So anyway, I just want to thank you all. And I hope that everyone has a wonderful, wonderful new year. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.